Hey folks, welcome. This is a continuation from the previous part, as a series is, but also in the fact that I would normally put the medieval era in a single episode, and this wound up being a little bit longer than I had anticipated. So this is the rest of the medieval era for this particular playthrough. Thanks for joining me. See you on the other side.
Okay, Antonia, I could do greener pastures. How many do I steal from my own city? I steal 2 from my own city and 3 from enemy cities. But this is currently not growing, right? So if I steal from it, it'll allow me to grow again. So I'm going to do that. Move some people back onto food. Oh, there we go. 22 food is pretty good. But I think I'd like to prioritize connecting these up. Now, another thing we will need in the city, it seems... we already have it, right. So I guess we'll need another garrison. We're going to go for the garrisons for stability purposes this game, it seems. Right here is going to be good because it'll help us connect things up later. So we'll just need like another couple districts to get that connected to walls. And then let's get people set up to attack blue. We're going to do a lightning strike on a cod when we get the opportunity. I think that gets us... No, we need 1 more for that second scientist star. Okay, and we can get great swords as well. Don't think I'll have a ton of them, but I do have a couple. There we go. Okay. I will need... I think I'll still need some units defending here. So I'm going to move these guys down. I think these armies can take a cod when I decide to declare war. And it's actually going to be more efficient to attack from this direction, I think, rather than coming down from up here. Gives them more opportunities to intercept me, which I obviously do not want. Yeah, do not want that. I do not want to lose my combat strength from homeland. How many turns left do I have on this grievance? Okay, it's fine. Okay. I'm gonna go... I think this brings me dangerously close to like really reducing my influence output, so I'm gonna go for cover up, even though that extra 25% faith I don't think is as useful. I don't want to lose that bonus I'm getting to my influence output from Liberty. There's a lot of stuff I don't have in the city still. Gonna need that plus 10% science. Okay, you can just stay there. We got science osmosis. And I think next turn we'll probably look to declare war. Oops. Combine those guys up. There we go. Getting some free research, which is pretty nice. Okay, 6 more districts to 3-star builder, which I think I can manage here. My voice is a little bit shot, so I'm not sure how much of an episode I'm going to record today, or how many episodes I'm going to record today. I typically will do like, say, half a game to a full game in a single sitting, but I don't know if that's realistic this time around. All right. So I'm actually going to buy this out, just so this is all part of the city, right, before I declare war, because then I have a good defensive line here that these units can hold along with the defenders there. Okay, don't care about that one. So I'm going to demand that one, then I'll declare war. Okay, so I'm going to have to bring these guys in as reinforcements from the top. Okay, and they're going to have reinforcements there. So I'm going to hold the choke points there. And then just let my longbows do all the work, really. Okay, and we can already get into the city. Okay, I thought the battle area was going to expand, so I'm going to bring these guys down around over here, and I can bring them up through that way on the next round if I need to. Okay, so they're going to do this thing again where they go up over. I didn't see, like, sometimes the zone expands. Like, I didn't think they could go up around this way. Or I just wasn't paying attention. My attention is not great when I'm sick. But I can get some blocker units up here, no problem. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's bring these guys in. Hoping that I have enough movement with these guys. Yep, there we go. And then I have even more longbows. I don't think the AI really has a chance against this number of longbows, honestly. It's too much for them to deal with. So crossbows first. I don't really need to take this city right away. I'm happy to sit here and, you know, kill their army from an advantageous position. So I'm not going to be too aggressive about assaulting in this direction. Because if I just win the battle right now, their armies will just be able to retreat and I'll have to fight them again anyway. And this position is really good for me because it's such a funnel and there's really nowhere where they have a major advantage in attacking me. Okay, well, what's happening? I don't need to bring them in. They can just wait. Okay. This extra longbow range is so absolutely wonderful. Knock those guys out. Start working on these great swords. And then you can get some more pikes in there. Okay. I think we look pretty good for the end of the round there. Obviously, we'll kill those crossbows on the next round. None of their units remaining are really a major threat. I mean, none of their units were a major threat to begin with, given the position I was in. But just needed to knock out the crossbows to make sure I didn't take any unnecessary damage, which I was mostly successful in. Mutinous and Kerma. Suppose I'm semi-committed to garrisons as for stability at this point, but I do really prefer commons quarters given the option, which I think I'm going to take. And that's mostly because of the influence that commons quarters generate. I think it's a little bit better. I'm going to refuse that. I do not want that. I'm getting quite a lot of food per farmer here. Back to business. See, I can hit the crossbows from all the way back there, which is just insane. I'd say it's not even funny, but it's kind of funny. Let's get you up here, get you onto the choke, move you up, bring you in. These guys can just hang out. I think that looks okay. How many units do they have left? Okay. Looking pretty good. Okay, I don't know where these horsemen came from. Alright, let's deal with these horsemen. So again, just knocking out as many units as I can. Okay. Should wrap this up on the next round. Yeah, that's the only unit they have left, so. Bring these longbows up. Bop them in the face. And there we go. Alright, so there's a cod. A cod seems fine. Weirdly developed city. Should definitely have this territory attached to it here. Let's see how we're doing. 3 more techs for Scientist Star. 5k influence, that's another 10 turns. Don't know if that's realistic or not. Don't think another gold star is realistic either. Maybe if I can complete Great Zimbabwe, it might happen. Did I decide what I was going to do in Mohenjo-Daro? I think I was going to do gold. Yeah, because I think they have some... This has some pretty good gold generating ability here. So we'll go for gold in Mohenjo-Daro. Particularly since I have Great Zimbabwe, it'll benefit me a fair bit to have another city focusing on producing some cash. Actually, let's concentrate our forces. I don't really want to split up. Let's go ahead and pay to heal. I have enough money for it. And I will consolidate some of these forces in a little bit, because I do have an extra slot now. Okay. So, I'm going to attack them and hope they retreat. Okay, perfect. Then they shouldn't be able to reinforce here. Okay, so reinforcements are coming that way. So what I want to do is get these units kind of into these city districts early. And I want a unit to kind of hold that choke point right there, so I don't have people sneaking up behind me. And then I can just focus fire with all my longbows on the front line. Obviously you don't want longbows there. Terrible spot, sitting in the front. Move these longbows up here because they have a little bit of high ground. Actually, because they have so much range, I can afford to put them on high ground a little farther back. All right. Actually, I should be focusing that guy right here because he's on the flag. If I could just wrap this up in a single turn, that would be ideal. There we go. Get them in there. Might as well take that attack. Do you have any more longbows? There we go. I think everyone else It's more or less fine where they are. They might try to go up around this way. It's a possibility, but I can deal with that if the time comes. The plan is just to hold this flag, and it'll force the rest of their army to retreat. Okay, do you have anything else going on this turn? I have 3 turns on the Wonder. Let's see if I can help get it up a little earlier. That's 2 turns. I will take that. Okay, so I can't see that crossbow that hit me anymore. Even though he's clearly there. Alright, okay. Maybe if I move a unit up here. Yeah, there we go. No, not quite. Really want to kill this crossbow for obvious reasons. Don't think I'm going to this turn. Got some pretty bad rolls on damage. I don't really need my longbows over on the side of the battlefield anymore. There we go, making up for some bad rolls on that shot. And are any of these real units? I don't care about killing peasants. They do not matter at all. It's just going to reduce the population of the city if I kill them. But I do care about killing real military units, so they can't be used against me later. So we'll just have everyone hold the front line here. They don't need to attack at all. The peasants might die by suiciding themselves, we'll see. But I'm not going to actively hunt them down because there's really no point in doing that. Okay. Oops. And come on, my mouse is being very naughty today. I might have to get a new one, honestly. It just keeps locking up for no discernible reason. Which is too bad, because I do like this mouse quite a bit. I've been using it for quite a while. Yeah, there it goes again. It's actually kind of clever of the AI hiding units in the back to come attack the flag, but they held onto them for too long. They needed to do it earlier. Okay, 1 turn on the Wonder. 1 turn on military architecture. Can go back and get siege tactics. That'll be a quick tech to research, and it'll give me that extra 1 unit slot in each army, which will be nice. I don't really need these techs here. Just keep pushing the AI. Heal some units up. Those all look fine. I don't really care if these guys manage to reinforce. All right. So it's a little bit more awkward to manage. Just in case the battlefield expands, I'm going to put a pike over here to block access. And we're good to go. Start bringing in the longbows. all just focus fire. Oh, where are my units that I just brought in? Oh, they're these ones down here. Okay. Forgot about these guys, honestly. These peasants have taken a lot of longbow shots. Come on. There we go. Okay, get that rear attack. Get another rear attack there. These guys just moved in, so I'll use that for another attack. And no luck. That is too bad. I was hoping to get another unit in the city. But that's not going to happen this turn. That's alright. This should be an easy battle. I'm not concerned. I would just like it to go a little faster. Okay. Where are these peasants? Is that their only unit they have left? No, they have 2 peasants left. I don't know where the other one's hiding. Probably on the flag somewhere. Nope, right up there. Let's take another shot with the longbows first. Try to reduce the amount of damage I'll take. There we go. That should do it. There's the par. And then Babylon. Really their main city. We have a really weird setup of cities over here. Depending on which cities I take, I'm definitely going to be burning some of them down. And of course, I don't know if that's scheduled for the Bolivar update. Something they really need to fix is being able to just walk right back into a city that someone just conquered. Not a good mechanic. I'm going to lose a little bit of production changing that, but the extra health regen is going to be nice. Like, I could have moved units in, but I was getting assaulted by notifications, so I wasn't able to move an army into the city to defend it. It's a very, very silly setup. And often it'll happen, like literally the turn you take a city, and there'll be an army like a couple tiles away, and they'll just walk in and take the city again. So I hope something is done to fix that. It's fine. Just have to kill all these stupid peasants again, I guess. Probably sounds very elitist. And, you know, I may be a little bit elitist. Okay. Just want to make sure I get everyone onto the battlefield here. Could actually get some units in the city. Come on. Sometimes units just don't do the thing that you tell them to do. Why can't I bring these guys in? I don't know. I don't know. Some other strange mechanic that I am unaware of, I guess. Let's hit the pikemen. They're a little more dangerous than peasants, and they're real units. I mean, not that peasants aren't real units per se. They exist. They're just not units you create, right? They're units that are passively provided for defense of the city. I can't go up right there. Okay. Let's go all the way around. And knock these guys out. Start climbing up. Okay. Just slow roll everyone forward. Finally start hitting these crossbows now. That's fine. Still have quite a few units, so looks like I'll need another turn to wrap this up. Alright. Okay, I don't have a water mill in here yet, so let's get that. I don't have artisan workshop. Don't have stoneworks, don't have high furnace. Let's get all those. But I think I like just unlocked high furnace. So I'm not going to hold that against myself. And up here, I'm going to need both of those infrastructure. The +3 money on main plaza is a little weak, I think, especially for the amount of production it takes. Now, the reason you build it is because it sets you up for certain things later, other better infrastructure. But I do think the reward of it, the immediate reward, is a little too low. There we go. Alright, this should be able to hold there. And let's bring you guys up. Okay. So once we get the scientist stars, we'll be going up to the next era, I think. I think the merchant stars and additional aesthete stars are out of reach within a reasonable time frame. But I can definitely do the scientist stars. And the builder stars are pretty close too. Assuming I'm actually building some research quarter or some quarters around here, which I am. Got a couple going. I think I only need one, right? Yeah, I just need one more. So it should be fine. Alright, let's end the turn. Turn 130. It's definitely been a slower game than I'm accustomed to. At least on, my part. I'm usually a little farther ahead in tech and that kind of stuff at this point. But, it has been a while since I've played. And there have been changes to the game too, of course. Come on. And I think they survive. They should be fine. I don't know why they go around like that. It doesn't make sense. Anywhere I can get him to shoot from? I don't think so. Oh, I guess we'll just knock them out with pikes. Alright. Oh, that's Sapar 1 again. For the second time. Let's move this army up in there so they can't just walk in and recapture it again. Let's do a little bit of consolidation. Then we will come on down to Babylon. This is great. I have a ton of high ground up here. A lot of it is on river, but attacking from this tile right here is going to allow me to really abuse longbows. If they had like a real army in here, this would be pretty deadly. I mean, it's deadly anyway, right? I'll take this very quickly. But that is not a position you would want to be defending. I don't want any melee units up here, really. I want all my archers up here. Okay. Okay, that guy's a little far away. Well, let's move a couple guys in. Where's the flag? There it is. Move him down there just so we can move some longbows down to take shots at the peasants here. I have to look at which cultures are still available for the next era. I think it's all of them except Mughals, yeah. Okay, we'll just end the round. There we go. Now, I'm not going to be able to knock blue out of the game after this war. I'm not going to have enough war support to take all their stuff. But they're going to be effectively knocked out of the game. Alright. So, I definitely want Babylon. Babylon's the city they've had since the start of the game. I need to take it. And I also probably want Sipar. I still have a fair bit of war score left. So maybe I take Athens here. This is going to put me over my city cap. But I can like burn down and combine some of these. Because I don't think... Yeah, I'm not going to have the influence to really absorb anything. So I think Sipar makes sense as part of Babylon. And then whenever I take care of this nonsense that is going on up here, I have to not develop that gemstone yet. Okay, export policy. Okay, they're losing food. Let's buy that. Let's buy that. We're going up in era soon, so we want to start on the strongholds. Babylon. That's fine right there. Wow. Really lacking infrastructure in Babylon. Holy cow. 45 food would be great. I could absorb Sipar. I think I wait a couple turns, because they're going to still have the same amount of infrastructure, and let Sipar build, one of the strongholds, and then I can go ahead and absorb that into Babylon. Or I could eventually absorb it into Londonia. Because another option is to have Londonia take this territory, and Babylon take this territory down here, which also makes sense. And thinking about it, I actually think I like that better. So we're going to go ahead and burn this down. Because I am over my city cap by quite a bit. Let's get that in there. Go ahead and attach. So obviously that tanks my stability. Get a turn in the stronghold before we go up an era, and then we need to worry about stability. +1 stability per researcher is okay. It's not amazing. We'll attach this territory right here. Okay, so there are a lot of market quarters in Babylon, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, I have chosen certain things that benefit garrisons a lot, but I do prefer commons quarters, and I think I'm going to be using a fair number of them this game, and it moves me along the liberty axis. So I am going to choose to go for the commons quarters here. So I'll change that here to a commons quarter. Right here makes sense. Why are none of these distributed correctly? Non-aggression? No. Okay, I did get another merchant star, which is pretty nice. I do need an army kind of up in this area. I am worried about some aggression from the yellow player here, the Franks. But otherwise, I'm going to keep my armies annoyingly close to those borders. Another thing I need is a cog. Let's get one, like right in there, and I can start exploring. So I know where I need to go for the new world. Okay, there we go. There's my tech, my scientist star. I would need 2 turns for that influence star. How much is it worth? 155 fame? You know, I think I'm going to do that, actually. That'll let me complete things. The life of cultural influence. It's very annoying. Gonna need more stability in here. Get another commons quarter there. Let's just go ahead and buy that high furnace just so we have some more industry to get these things out a little faster. Now, I do have the lighthouse and the tenant that gives me additional movement speed. So my cog is going to be pretty speedy here. So hopefully I will find something sailing out in that direction. Vision range is nice. This will give me more industry on my cities though. At the cost of a little bit of stability, but that is a price I'm willing to pay. Okay, I think now is the time to attach this. Wow, losing a lot of food now. Put 1 turn into that stronghold. I do need a high furnace in here still. I don't mind if I lose some pop in here. I'll just take them off the farmers. It's really not that big of a deal. Okay. Then we'll go back to the research quarter. 1 more turn on that Esthete star. And we will figure out who we want to era up as. A lot of options available. Okay, missing tons of basic infrastructure in here. Which is pretty common in AI cities, I guess. So, I don't need the river infrastructure. That's going to go to waste. Let's get the theater. Don't know what to focus Athens on. So Babylon, they do have 2 astronomy houses. So they have a lot of merchant quarters in here, but I think it makes sense to refocus onto research quarters, right? Because I get benefits towards research from the astronomy houses that they built earlier in the game. So Athens may be a merchant city. Okay, there we go. So pretty good era. I suspect I probably could have gotten a merchant star if I played this a little bit better. But, you know, I'm not too upset about it. It was fine. Now the question is, who do I want to take for the next era? Let's think about the advantages and disadvantages. So, the Dutch. I do have a fair number of harbors, and I do have, Great Zimbabwe. That gives me some extra money. The problem with my harbors is that they're out of the way, right? So I can't get the VOC warehouse next to them. But it does give that +2 money per trader, which is going to be quite a benefit in a couple of my cities. Sorry, I am a little distracted here. All right. Now, the Haudenosaunee. Do I really need more food? So, the Haudenosaunee would be good in that I'm going to get a lot of extra food from my harbors, right? Which will support my population. My problem is that I have so much population that I'm filling out all my specialist slots. I don't need more population, right? I need the ability to get more specialists and other outputs. So I'm not sold on the Haudenosaunee this game. Joseon. Joseon are good, but I don't really have enough research quarters to make use of them, I don't think. So the Maasai are someone I'm not really familiar with. I don't know how they function. This 25% population consumption on all cities sounds fine. Again, I don't need the extra food and population, though. This Nkang, plus 5 food per adjacent population. Yeah, seems like it can be built anywhere, so that makes sense. Is this... I don't know what this is a replacement for. The arquebus? I don't think I don't need food, though, so I'm going to pass over them. The Ming could be very interesting. I do lack some stability, and I think influence is the output I'm going to struggle with most this game. So the Ming are someone I'm going to consider. Ottomans. I have plenty of faith, which is, I think, the main reason to choose them. Poles. Probably everyone knows my opinion on the Poles at this point, but this +2 stability on district would be useful. But the Barbican and Wing Tossers are kind of going to go to waste for me. Spanish I do like, mostly for the legacy trait. Conquistadors are pretty good too. I don't care about Cathedral Gothica though. The Edo are just a worse Ming, in my opinion. They don't have enough influence generation to be competitive, and the Venetians are just a worse Dutch. So, that being said, I think I'm going to go for the Ming. I think they make the most sense. It's going to buffer my influence output. So, let's go ahead and take them. I do like playing the Ming quite a bit. Given the option to play the Ming, I will play them most games because they are, in my opinion, the best aesthete. They give the best amount of influence for the point in the game in which they come. And if you play the Ming, you probably don't have to worry about Merchant Stars again. I don't really need this Alchemist Workshop in here because I'm focusing on money. So let's get stuff that gives me money. Let's prioritize money in the city as well. Get the Customs Farm too. And the Great Fish Market. So there's the landmass. Okay, definitely don't need a harbor there. A high furnace would be useful. I have a bit of a hodgepodge of quarters in here. I think part of it is because of the Satrap's Palace and the Merle Pyramids, right? They count as double. So it's giving me some extra money slots, which is kind of nice. I do need more food in here, so I'm going to queue that up. If I start the Stronghold, I won't actually get it because I'm going up next turn, and there needs to already be a turn of production in it. Alright. So, we'll end the turn here, and we'll end the episode here. Bit of a longer episode. Quite a long episode, actually. I think it's difficult for me to focus at the moment. Then I probably need to take a break. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed, and we'll be back in the next episode in the early modern with the Ming.